welcome back to a new weekly vlog. I hope this looks okay because I'm currently just vlogging on my phone. I do have my camera with me, but I went to whip it out and realized I had no memory card in there. But I am getting back into routine today. It is Monday. Last week was kind of like my first full week in the new place, but I had a pretty busy week with fashion week, and honestly, like, it wasn't like a normal routine. But I'd say this week we're getting back into routine, so I want to make sure I'm focusing on doing my exercise, because that's something that's definitely gone out of the window the last month or so with the move and just things being so busy. So yeah, I'm going to get back into my good training program, especially with running, because you guys know I've been running for like over a year now, and the way that I improved a lot last time was by using a running plan. So I've decided to use another one. I use an app called Runner. It's so good. You can create a plan completely tailored to you. You set your goal, whether you're training for a race or you just want to improve in like a certain area, and then it creates a plan for you over a certain period of time, and based off of the information you've given them, like your average speed for 5 kilometers and stuff like that, it tailors the plan for you so that like it's something that you can do and you can like build upon. So yeah, it's very manageable. You can also choose how many days of the week you want to do it. So I've got my plan set for 3 days a week. So I'm doing my long run today. Also, excuse the fact that my boot is literally full of stuff right now. I've still got elements of present stuff in the car, which I need to find a home for. So bad. Moving is like, it's a job. It's quite hard, and I think I got majority of it done, and the last few things I've just like been procrastinating. Like, there's a few things in the wardrobe I still need to do, and then this is something I need to sort out too. So that is something I want to sort out this week. But anyway, let's head for the run, and welcome to a new vlog. From my run, I ended up doing 6.5 kilometers, which was really good. I also just realized before, I was telling you guys about that running app that I've been using, but I don't think I've actually mentioned it in a YouTube video. It's called Runner, and like, this isn't sponsored by them, but they have given me a discount code if you want to use it. It gives you 2 weeks free if you sign up with them. I was using it for months and months, and then they reached out and asked if I wanted to do like an affiliate partnership with them, which was so cool because obviously I've been using them. And yeah, it gives you guys the opportunity to get 2 weeks free if you use my code Ella Victoria. I'm pretty sure you just go to the referral code area and then you can sign up and make your plan, and hopefully it helps someone out. Just thought I would quickly share that while I remembered. But I've done my morning routine and I'm ready to get started with some work. I've got a coffee here, which I've just made. I had to go with an espresso machine. I don't know if I've fully worked it out, but I've got a vanilla latte, I guess, actually. And I've got some company this morning. Pebbles, the family's dog, is the cutest little thing, and she loves just coming into the bedrooms, and she just loves just being where anyone is. She is deaf though, unfortunately, so I'll try and like call out to her, but she just doesn't hear me. But she does like to be near. Pebbles! Hey! Do you want to say hi? This is her. She is 15 years old as well. Like, you would not believe that that dog is 15 years old. Like, she just does not look it. Do you? Do you, Pebbles? Hey! Hi! Today I've just got a lot of editing to do today. Braden's mum's also working from home, which is nice. It's honestly been lovely just like having company around when I've been working, because Braden works in the office pretty much every day. Thursdays he works from home, but majority of the time I'm usually on my own, so it's actually really nice to have some company, and his siblings are around and stuff. So on the agenda today we have like a lot of admin and editing to do, but I'm gonna just quickly put my HelloFresh box away before I do that. It's actually great. I feel like we've settled in really well in terms of cooking and things like that. I wasn't sure like how we'd go about meal times and stuff, because obviously we're used to our normal routine, but we've just been communicating with Braden's family really, and sometimes we'll eat together, sometimes we'll cook ourselves, or like we'll cook for them and whatnot. And we've actually got HelloFresh at the moment, which has been really good as well, because it's just helped, I guess, like me settle in a little bit more and get into routine. We're super lucky because Braden's parents have let us keep our fridge in the garage, and we've actually got that space as well, so we can still have our own groceries in there. And I just thought that way it's probably a little bit easier as well, especially with HelloFresh, because we won't take up their whole fridge with our stuff. So I feel very, very lucky that we're able to do that. So I need to quickly unload that before getting started with the day. Tuesday. I am heading off out the door. As you will have seen, I've already been to the gym this morning, but come home, showered, had brekkie, and I'm heading to a meeting now with my management. Hi guys, so you know how I said that I was getting back into routine last week? I definitely have been doing that, but one thing that I've been really struggling to get back into routine with is just filming my week and doing a normal weekly vlog. I think these days my content creation is just spread across so many different platforms because I create content for TikTok and Instagram that sometimes it's really hard to kind of prioritize everything. And to be honest, I feel like I spend a lot of my time sitting in front of a screen editing, and sometimes it can be quite hard to film. So I really do want to try and make an effort to capture little moments and then just string them together in a vlog. I guess that's why weekly vlogs are good, because you can just get little moments of every day throughout the week and then it makes a video. But it's harder than you think, honestly. And then there's also the balance of trying to live in the moment sometimes and not film things, and then, you know, choose when you do want to capture things. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is I feel like I didn't really get to capture that much last week. And so I wanted to sit down and just do a little life update Q&A in this vlog, because I feel like we haven't like properly caught up since I moved in with Braden's family, and there's just like so much to talk about. By the way, I do still have 2 giveaways to do, and I was gonna do them in each moving vlog. I planned on doing 5 moving vlogs in the whole moving series. I've done 3 so far, but honestly, like there's not really that much more to film to do with moving. Like obviously we might decorate the room a little bit more and make it more our own, but we'll just be doing that gradually. Maybe I'll make another moving vlog, but it probably will just fall in within a weekly vlog or something. So I think I might just give away the final 2 boxes in this video. So I'll give you all the details in a little bit and show you what's inside the boxes. But for now, let's get into the Q&A. I asked you guys on Instagram to send in some questions. So I've just gone through it and screenshotted a bunch of them. So first of all, we have, when you move out of Braden's parents, will you buy a house and keep both? So I assume what they mean is that once we move out, will we buy somewhere to live and also keep the duplex that we're currently building as an investment property? And ideally, yes, that's what we would really like to do. So yeah, we are currently still building the investment property. It should be done at the very latest December this year. But yeah, it's making a lot of progress, which is really exciting. I'll insert a photo here. We now have a roof and the walls. They just need to do like the bricks, and then they can do all of like the internal stuff. So it's coming along really nicely. But our plan was to finish building the duplex, get tenants in, and then with the equity that we get through that, we will look to buy somewhere else for us to live in. I guess the good thing about building a duplex as an investment property is that we have a few options. If we would like to, we can always sell one side of the duplex and then potentially use that to help us buy somewhere else. But with investments, the smartest thing to do is to hold them, because that's like how investing works. It gains value the longer you keep it. So ideally, we'd like to try not to sell it, but we will just wait and see. And following on from that question, not that anyone's actually asked this question, but you might be wondering if we would choose to live in the investment property. And like most likely not, because it is an investment property and it's also in an area that's nowhere near close to where we live. So it would be a complete lifestyle change. Next up, this isn't really a question, but Maddie said she would love me to talk about adjusting to moving out expenses and that she's really not adjusting. I'm assuming you mean like you've just moved out of home for the first time and you're adjusting to those expenses. I'm not 100% sure if that's what you mean, but I assume it is. And it is quite a shock when you move out and you start paying for all of like your own expenses and have to like learn to budget all of them. And especially when you move in with a partner, I think that can be hard as well. So the biggest thing that helped Braden and I was creating a separate joint account, and we would have a direct debit that went over to that account every single month, and we basically worked out how much all of our bills and our rent was, so it would cover that and a bit more. So we would pay for things like our groceries with that card, any takeaway that we got together, coffee we got together, and then like we'd use our own cards for like when we did things separately. And also really understanding our budget and where our money's going. I think that's partly why I did a lot of my monthly resets and why I created that budgeting template. It just helps me so much being able to see where I'm spending my money. I think when you actually plan out how you're going to be spending your money and you know where everything's going, you feel less guilty about spending it because you know that's been like allocated for certain things, whether it be just for yourself, for a holiday, or for your bills. So I guess my best piece of advice is just to make sure you're accounting for all of your expenses and have everything set up as a direct debit so that you don't have to like think about it. The next question is, how long are you planning on living with your in-laws? And I'd say between 6 to 12 months. I feel like time just flies so much, and we've been really enjoying it, and I feel like it's worked really well. Like I think both myself, Braden, and his family would say that it's been pretty smooth. Like the whole transition's been great actually. Our plan is to stay with his family until our duplex is done, and then we will reassess our options and have a look at moving out again. So it could be between 6 to 12 months. We will see. The reason for that is because at the moment we are only paying interest payments for our mortgage for our duplex, but as the build progresses, the builders basically need more money from our loan, which means the interest payments go up. And since we don't have like tenants in or anything, we're paying that out of our own pocket, which is fine. But yeah, towards the end of the year, we're going to be having some like larger, I guess, repayments. So that is the main reason why we moved back in with Braden's family, because we realized that we were going to be paying wedding installments, rent, and also mortgage installments. We just realized there was a whole lot going on, so we were lucky enough to be able to remove one of those factors and take away the rent, which is so lucky. So now we just got to save for the wedding and do the mortgage installments. But then yes, once the place is built, we will have tenants in, which will cover the mortgage, and we will have like more options. We might be able to move out again because we won't have that installment, if that makes sense. The next question is, how is your mental health going recently? I feel like my mental health has been really good recently actually. I think there's a lot going on, but I love when there's lots to look forward to, and I feel just really happy at the moment. I also am really just enjoying having the company in the day at Braden's family's house, because his brother and sister and mum like are often around, and beforehand it was just me and Braden at home, and he was at the office like majority of the time. Like he used to work from home, but this past year he's been working from the office every day. So it's been quite nice just like having the presence of others around. Even though like I'm working, it's just nice having people around, and we get such beautiful like sunlight in our new room, and it's crazy how much like light can make a difference to your mood. I found that has had such an impact on me actually. Like I really enjoyed just working on my laptop in that room because it gets such nice sunlight, and I overall just feel really quite happy. You guys know that I have had my like mental health struggles over the years. I am on anxiety medication because in the past I've gone through some periods where my anxiety has been really quite bad, but yeah, I'm feeling really good at the moment. Next question, do you want kids? If so, how many and what age difference? Oh my gosh, I absolutely want kids. I've literally felt like I've been destined to be a mum ever since I was, I swear, 17. I was ready for kids at 17. I wasn't ready, but you know what I mean? Like I was so excited. I think we both would like a few kids, like 3 or 4. Braden's one of 3 and I'm one of 4. So I always feel like you kind of want what you've got if you like what you've got anyway. And I just like having a big family, but you just never know, right, until you're actually in that position. Braden's dad is also actually an identical twin. So who knows, we could end up with twins because technically it's in the genes. The next question is, are your in-laws supportive of your YouTube vlogs and you're now filming in their home? Oh my gosh, I just could not be luckier with my in-laws. Like they are such lovely people and such generous people. Very, very, very lucky to have them in my life. And they're super supportive, especially his mum. Like, I feel like she understands what I do for work as well. Like, I won't say what industry she works in, but she's just like interested in similar things to me, and she's just very supportive of it. And same with Braden's sister. She's actually a professional dancer, and so she's like really supportive of the whole thing, and she just gets like social media. So yeah, they don't mind at all. So sorry if the angle has changed, but my camera just overheated, so I've just had to sit and wait until it cooled down. So what was I saying? I think I was talking about if my in-laws are comfortable with me filming in their home, and honestly, I feel like they seem completely comfortable with me filming. They understand it's my job. I'm not going to go around filming them and like shoving a camera in their face without their permission. But yeah, overall, I feel like it's completely fine. I think I'm just cautious of what I film. You know, I don't want to go around doing a house tour or anything like that by any means. Next question is your honeymoon overseas? We have not planned our honeymoon or like a holiday by any means. We did a big trip last year to Europe, and we are saving for other things at the moment, as you guys know. We obviously would love to do a honeymoon, and we definitely will, but we're just not sure where we'd like to go just yet. If you have any recommendations, let me know. Brayden and I are very guilty of, like, when we do a trip, we really like to like travel and explore and see lots of places. But I think that for our honeymoon, it would be nice to like have a relaxing holiday, not so much like an exploring holiday, because I think we'll need that and just want some time together. The next question is, how is your engagement going? It's been so much fun, and I just love being engaged. I feel like I finally got used to saying fiance, but yeah, it's just such a beautiful time of life, and you do actually feel different in a way after you get engaged. Like, you know, obviously it's a promise and it's a commitment, and I'm sure like once you're married as well, it probably feels different as well. It's just been really special, and I'm just enjoying this chapter of life before we're actually like husband and wife, you know, and there's just so many fun things in the lead up to getting married, so I'm loving it. Brookie asked, do you worry about long-term career prospects spending your 20s as a content creator? I'm not going to lie and say that I don't worry about it, because I definitely do, and I think for me a lot of my anxieties revolve around work, and I just get worried about the future. But at the end of the day, like, you can only control the present. For me, one thing that kind of helps is by making sure I'm investing in my future. I feel like I've talked about like investing almost a lot in this like little Q&A, but I make sure to put money aside in my superannuation, so like I can retire with money, because obviously nobody pays that. Also, things like us having our investment property is something that is also going to help like future proof us in some ways as well. And yeah, it's just good to have multiple sources of income coming in for anyone. Doesn't matter what your job is, it always just helps you feel extra secure. Being a content creator as well has changed so much over the years, and you've just got to kind of trust the process, because it has just evolved so much, and I feel like I've just evolved with it. This is actually my 10 years on YouTube, which is so crazy. And, you know, the things I do in my day-to-day life now are so different to what I did a few years ago. Another thing that brings me peace is the fact that, like, the skills that I've learned from being a content creator can be transferable and used in other industries as well. You know, I'm actually a lot less worried about it these days, because you can be a content creator today without having an audience, because you can create content for other people. Whereas years ago, that wasn't really a thing. And the only way you could be like a content creator was if you had an influence and you had an audience. So for me, I used to get really stressed out when like videos weren't getting a certain amount of views, or, you know, I wasn't growing enough. Whereas now I know that there's enough value just within creating valuable content that I'm not really too stressed. And I feel like there's always going to be opportunities by just creating good content. And so I can only really imagine this industry just growing and going in more directions, and there being more opportunities. So this is your sign. If you want to do content creation, it's definitely never too late, and it's such a blessing to be able to do this as a job. Where do you plan on moving next? Honestly, I have no idea, but I assume it will be still in the same area that we live right now, so in Sydney. We just love being around family, and all of our friends are here. We both do love the idea of maybe doing like a stint, I don't know, overseas, or experiencing living somewhere else at some point, but I'm not sure. I don't know if that's something like I actually want, or if it's something that I feel not pressured to do, because I don't feel pressured by other people, but if it's something I have like FOMO of, if you know what I mean. Like, I worry that it's one of those things I'll look back on when I'm older and be like, oh, I wish I like experienced living overseas, but I don't know if I actually want to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I feel like I just want to experience absolutely everything so that I can tick things off of a list, but I don't know if I even actually want to do those things. So is there any point necessarily doing it? I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell, and I might change my mind. The last two questions I have here are actually from YouTube. I just screenshotted them from my comments. So we have, is it strange to give up your own space as a couple to move back in with parents? I didn't know how like we would find it, but we've adapted really well, I would say, and we still have our own space, which is really lucky. And we've actually found that we've had more time together over the weekends than we did previously, because we were so busy on the weekends doing things like cleaning, and obviously we still have things to do, but there's like less house maintenance to do on the weekends, and so we've just been spending more quality time together. I also think being open and communicating from the get-go has helped so much. So Braden and I have been very open from the get-go with how we felt about moving in with his family, and we had already discussed how our routine would work before we moved in with them, and like certain boundaries and stuff, and we've just made sure that we really prioritize our evenings together. We also had a big chat with his parents before we moved in about their routine, their boundaries, and I guess their expectations, so we were all on the same page. And because we've got like a good relationship with each other, we can easily just communicate, which is nice. And I know that's not always easy, but I think that's helped a lot with being able to settle in. So honestly, it's not really been too hard. And I think the fact that we've got, you know, our own TV in our bedroom and stuff has helped as well. So we still have that privacy, and yeah, I just feel very, very lucky overall. The final question I'm going to answer is from Cheryl, and she commented on my end of lease clean saying, did you get your bond back after all that work? And yes, we did, which was such a relief after cleaning for like 20 hours or so. So I was very happy about that. So they're all the questions I'm going to answer. Now let's go through the final 2 giveaway boxes. So to enter the giveaway, I'm going to make the rules the same as all the other ones. So just make sure you're following me on my Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And to enter, since I'm going to do the 2 boxes, maybe comment down below if you want, say, box number 1, comment hashtag box number 1. If you want box number 2, comment hashtag box number 2. If you don't mind and you'd want either of them, you want to enter for both of them, comment hashtag box number 1 and hashtag box number 2. But then also don't forget to leave your Instagram handles so that I can message you if you win. Hope that makes sense. So box number 1, we have the Daily Reset Planner, the Nightly Unwind Planner, some Baddest Bod Instant Tan. Love Baddest Bod, my favorite tan ever. This Lano Lips ointment, which is in collaboration with Messina, so it's like a gelato flavor. This Lano Lips Dry Skin Salve, which I guess is like a moisturizer. The Ordinary Face Moisturizer. This Thayer's Toner. This Laura Mercier Highlighter in Rose Glow, and Maybelline Mascara. This is their Colossal Curl Bounce. This Sunbalm 3-in-1 Leave-In Spray, and the Sunbalm Blonde Hair Lightener. This Sally Hansen Hard as Nails Vitamin Strength Serum. The CoverGirl Clean Fresh Powder in Transparent. Garnier Shampoo Bar in the Banana flavor. A CoverGirl Concealer in the shade Natural Beige. This Laura Mercier Sheer Lipstick in Shimmer Kiss. A Garnier Vitamin C Brightening Serum. This Vitamin C and Collagen Makeup Remover. And then this NYX Matte Liquid Eyeliner in red. It's like this like shimmery kind of red color. So that is box number 1. Comment down hashtag box number 1 if you're interested in that one. Now for box number 2, we also have the Daily Reset Planner and the Nightly Unwind Planner, same as before. We have an MCO Beauty Lash Extend Tubing Mascara. This stuff is amazing. The Elizabeth Arden Ceramide Purifying Cream Cleanser. The Elizabeth Arden Advanced Ceramide Lift and Firm Day Cream. This Laura Mercier Blush in the shade Peach Shimmer. Some Monday Hair Care, so we have their shampoo and conditioner. Nivea Pore Purifying 3-in-1 Wash Scrub Mask. A CoverGirl Powder in the shade Buff Beige. A CoverGirl Concealer in the shade Gold Ivory. An e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. The Antipodes Collagen Rich Firming Cream, a Lano Lips Ointment Multi-Purpose Super Balm, the Garnier Brightening Serum Cream, and then also the Garnier Hyaluronic Aloe Replumping Serum. So if you like that box, you can also enter with hashtag box number 2, and you can also enter for both if you would like. But that is going to wrap up this video. My camera's about to die, so I'll end it off quickly. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!